I feel like we should start making this its own little package, like a video highlight of where LeBron is going to go. Like the jump has Haywatch, where it's Baywatch, but Gordon Hayward, because here's what's going on in Haywatch. Like, yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen it before. So LeBron James, free agent to be. Brian Windhorst, who has covered him for many, many years, going back to his Akron high school days, as we established previously, was on Pardon the Interruption. They asked him where he could potentially go, and here was Windhorst's answer. Take a look.
Well, I just cannot see him going to the Western Conference. I can't see it. Unless it's just like, I want to be happy and live in Los Angeles. Because if he and Paul George go to the Lakers, unless there's some other move that I can't see and they're competing with the Rockets and Warriors, they may win 47 games and get the 4th seed and then will be out in the second round. And maybe he wants to do that. My gut says he still wants to compete with championships, so he's got to stay east. And when you look east, there's not a lot of options out there. A lot of people default to Philadelphia, but I'm not sure that's a great fit because what you need with LeBron James is guys who can shoot. Ben Simmons cannot shoot. LeBron's a ball handler. I don't think that's a great fit. I know on paper everybody says, oh, it's wonderful. Now, what I suspect will happen is that a team will make moves to go after LeBron. Maybe that team's Philadelphia. Maybe that team's Cleveland. Maybe they'll flip the 8th pick for a player that really helps them going forward. But I don't see a perfect fit for LeBron. And so that's why I really don't have any idea how this free agency is going to go.
I've said this so many times. There are so many free agents. If we could go down a little bit, it's a long list. There are so many free agents that is why it is way too early to tell. The names: Kevin Durant, who already said he's going to opt in, but still, you got to wait. Kevin Durant, DeMarcus Cousins, Tyreek Evans, Chris Paul, Aaron Gordon, JJ Redick, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Isaiah Thomas, Rodney Hood, Avery Bradley, Yusuf Nurkic. And by the way, didn't see Paul George's name on that list, so that's another one. There's so many free agents that it's so early to make any sort of indication whatsoever. Because as we have seen, there is some sort of colluding that always goes on. We saw it at the Olympics between Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James. You never know when the season's over who he is going to talk to and come to an agreement with.
No collusion. There was no collusion. There was never collusion. Big rumors about collusion. Witch hunt.
Where's your fart machine when we need it?
So
like, do you guys, do you have any opinion at all?
So you ran those lists of free agents, right?
Yes.
None of those are ones he'd be interested in shifting his opinion about where he may go. You can name
Kevin Durant?
Well, Kevin Durant's not going anywhere. Kevin Durant likes to win.
I agree, but let's say that Golden State loses to Houston in this hypothetical.
They're such best buds.
Could
that
leave.
It's not gonna affect anything.
He could leave.
How quickly it changes?
To
We
go
don't
where?
know yet. To team up with LeBron wherever he wants to go. I think we've seen at this point that Kevin Durant's like, yeah, I'm chasing the ring, baby.
Yes,
that's what
and
I'm
Kevin
trying to
Durant
do.
will stay where he has the best chance. If they lose this series, or even if they win this series and lose the finals, that's still his best chance of winning another championship. Because look where he's playing. He's playing for Western Conference Finals, and he's going to potentially play for the finals again. He's not that dumb to just leave that situation. Right. The only one that's possible maybe in a year, I think, is Klay Thompson's up maybe in a year.
And he's already said that he wants to come back.
That can change some minds. Who knows? But then this year, what LeBron does can maybe change his mind of what he wants to do. And you know what? I've talked myself back into it. The Knicks are back on the list. That's a good market, man.
Can we hit Jayar with the fireworks one time? Can we hit him with the fireworks one more time? So Kristaps
Porzingis comes back. It's gonna take him a minute.
Oh yeah, hit him with the works.
LeBron plays amazingly at Madison Square Garden. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
And then again, as Windhorst said, he convinced me. You know what? He has a better chance of staying in the East. Now, who else is he attracting? Who knows what's gonna happen with? As we said, Paul George. We're thinking LA. But then look, you got to think next year and then the year after that. He's not done after one more year. Who can attract another big free agent? He doesn't need these guys. Who'd you name on there? Avery Bradley's probably the only name that.
So you think he's going where?
Knicks.
New York.
I think it's still on the list. I'm not saying he's going there, but I think they're back on the list.
Wait. Hot take opinion. JR, he's going to.
Why'd I have to have a hot take opinion? That
To
means
set
I
up the
got to know
fireworks
what's
again.
happening. I already
Hot
did it.
take opinion with
All right.
fireworks this time.
Well, by the way, here's what he would look like in a Houston Rockets uniform, in case you wanted to see it a little bit.
Sexy
Who
music
would they have to like get rid of? Like they have to.
Well, Chris Paul's a free agent.
Throw everyone out of the team. To
Yeah,
get
would you do
LeBron
it?
in.
I'd do that right there.
No.
I would do that. Yeah, that sounds like a good
I would do that
trade-off.
as well.
Yeah, you do that, but then who are you losing? Yeah, of course you want those 3, but
Trevor.
it's a 5-on-5 game with some bench players, you know?
Right.
Trevor
Mortgage
will win a
everyone.
championship
What's your
before those
guys' inkling on this?
it makes me so sad when I watch these and it's like, well, obviously Cleveland's not going to work out. That's it. I think that he would go to a team, and you're right, there's so many moving parts where you just never know what's going to happen. And you don't know what city's going to just say, forget what we've been working on because of this opportunity. You have people that have been kind of laying down a lot of infrastructure. You have Philadelphia trust the process. They could do something to get LeBron, and it could possibly not look like what they look like now. But I think every team obviously is going to go into their meetings and say, all right, here are all our pieces. What is it going to take?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think what you eliminate is any like you would. It's not like you would lower the goodwill from your city by getting LeBron James, no matter what you did to your existing properties.
Of course. Where do you stand?
You know, because there's just so much chatter about where he's gonna move from all kinds of places. I think it would almost be the most realistic if he was to just stay in OKC. If he was to just stay in Cleveland.
Yeah. It just seems like that'll.
Because
happen.
it seems like it only because as much as I would love for him to go into like the Knicks, the Lakers would be great, but it's not something that they need. And I feel like a lot of teams are going through a developing stage where, the Cavs he's been carrying them most of the season, these entire playoff series, but it's not something that he necessarily needs to, you know what, screw this, I'm going to another city. And because he's already made that move in his career, I just think it would hinder slightly his reputation because he's just moving elsewhere.
Alrighty, so we will keep you posted on LeBron Watch because, as we certainly do know, it is not going to end anytime soon. The NBA Draft Combine, who impressed and who didn't? That and more still to come.